Alright, fuck it, we're back. Got more of this Bourbon County Stout to pound down, so we figured we'd talk to you one more time. Doing a little more learning. Got the perfect man here to help me out with this whiteboard exercise. That's Chorizy-E. He's sitting in here.
We really felt like we had to do one more video because we realized that huge Sox fan, fuck this pussy, is out there watching us, hearting our videos. So we figured, for him or her, we'll do one more.
We got to, yeah, there's demand out there, so we got to do it, okay? So, what are we covering? So, we're covering the worst 4 letters that you would have no idea what the fuck it means. I see people put it on Twitter all the time. I'm someone who follows baseball very closely. I forget what the fuck it means. And that's TTOP. What the fuck is TTOP?
Not THOT.
No, not THOT. Well, maybe that's for the podcast. That'll be in the podcast. But TTOP, conveniently, not so conveniently, translates into times through order penalty. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Okay? What that means is that a pitcher, every time they got to go through the order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they get a little worse, and then much worse as they have to do it. Chorizy and I were talking about this. We're trying to talk about the best way to explain this, because this is where all this fucking bullpenning is coming in, and you're seeing guys get pulled out of the game in the playoffs in like the 5th inning or 4th inning or whatever
where you see guys start and just face these guys.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Where you see them just face the first 3 guys or whatever for the first 4 guys. And we're like, well, what's the best way to, use an analogy? And I think we got it.
I like what we got.
108 is the perfect analogy, all right? We're going to do first hour, second hour, third hour, okay? So first we'll go through how this all works. Then we'll jump back to the whole bullpenning thing and how it works out with these things right here. Okay, so the first hour, the first time through the order is your first hour of 108. Chorizy, you're fresh. You got all your jokes.
Good. You're feeling good.
You're feeling good. Those first couple drinks are hitting you. You're getting flowing a little bit. Before that first drink, you're a little nervous. You got you're not, and it's like a pitcher. They got to get used to the mound out there. They got to see if their sinker's sinking and all that. When you're on drink number 1, you're sort of feeling it out, baby.
This is the time at the game you're still going, at some point in the game, let's go to the speed pitch. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling limber. I'm feeling spry. I want to throw the ball. You feel like that in this hour.
In this hour, too, you got all your good jokes. You're out at the bar. You're getting on maybe that second drink. You got all your good jokes. You're getting slipping one in there on one of your friends. They're telling some story, and you make fun of them a little bit, and you get in there perfectly, and everyone laughs. And that's the spot you're in with number 1. And you see you got that smiley face right there. You got that shit-eating grin, and you're feeling fucking terrific. Everything's going well for you. Second hour, okay? You're losing a little luster. You may have held back a couple jokes, but you're not quite as good as you were in that first hour. You're starting to feel all of what's going on here. And so you're effective, but not quite as effective.
Right. You kind of look at it and you go I know what's going on here, but I can't control it as well as I normally would. I'm trying to tell this story, but I keep tripping up over this word or that word. I can't say brewery anymore. I'm at that point. It's getting a little slurry, and I'm not feeling it, but I can get through.
That's true. And if you happen to be at a bar where you're drinking domestics, if you have to order a Miller Lite, you will sound drunk in hour 2. Even if you're not really drunk, So, hour 1, good. Hour 2, just like times through the order. 1, 2. 2 is still pretty good, okay? Now, number 3. Only the true fucking professionals can get to hour 3 of the 108ing, still be sharp, still got everything going, still got all your moves and all your jokes and all your everything, okay? Most people, and the same thing for the pitchers, only the aces can get to this third time through, still be just as effective. Everyone else, all the other people out there, not so good.
They start falling apart. You start seeing it. You start seeing a beer get dropped on the floor. You start seeing a guy getting a little throwing it up.
Or they want fisticuffs.
They want some fisticuffs,
exactly.
Things like that. You got to look to your elite in this thing.
That's right.
You look at the Chris Sales of the world,
yep.
or the Madison Bumgarners, the Clayton Kershaws, or in our world, you look at the Biggins.
That's right.
The White Sox Daves.
That's right.
The Johnny Nanni's
That's
of
right.
the world, who that they've been put through the ringer at this point, but
That's
now
correct.
they're kind of on autopilot.
They're properly conditioned and they're still moving
You're
well.
definitely having a conversation with them that is very lucid and very intelligent, but the next day they will not remember. Absolutely. I'll have a conversation with Biggins about stabbing westward from 2:30 till 3 a.m., and it'll be totally coherent. We'll talk about the songs. We'll talk about very specific things in the songs, and there's no fucking recollection of it the next day. That's what the elite pitchers are doing. The guys that go out there, and it's the 8th or 9th inning, they're the 4th time through the order, and they're still striking guys out because guys don't know what they're going to do. They don't really even know what they're going to do at that point. It's just autopilot. They're just drilling it in there.
That's right.
Mark Burley's a good example of both. You think about him coming in relief, absolutely hammered.
Yes. He combined them in the World Series. That's right.
The two worlds combined. The two Georges came together for that, and it was amazing.
And the bad pitchers, when they hit this group right here, you'll see I have in red. I have the 1, 2, 3, 4 in red. This is where they start getting fucked up. Okay, they get in there the third time like the drinkers. They start getting hit all over the place. And in the playoff game, the bad manager would leave you in, and a good manager would pull you out. Now, in the regular season, there's a lot of other stuff to wait, so they might not do that shit. But they're cognizant of the fact that the not-so-good guys, the guys sort of lower in the rotation, they got a good chance of getting fucked up this third time through.
That reminds me of a story. When we were at, this was before we were season ticket holders. This is way back in the day when the Sox were in the playoffs. It was the 2005 playoffs. And we kind of had the idea of like, hey, we never know if they're going to go to the playoffs again or not. Right?
Yep.
So let's get tickets. And our buddy Polish with Extra Onions, he calls us up. He's like, guys, I get some tickets, but they're $100 a piece. They're out in right field. It was actually pretty close to the 108.
Yeah, it was pretty close. And we were broke motherfuckers back then.
Oh, man.
$100 was a lot of damn money to us.
Like, I had to go to the Horseshoe and gamble to try and get back enough money to have rent money after paying this $100 for the ticket.
And even that didn't work. You had to play dice with Ashy Larry.
Right.
And then that's eventually the way you got it.
And then I gave a couple ZJs just to get through. But now, don't worry about that part. What we're going to focus on here is we get to the game. And, we're drinkers. We're gonna drink it up for a Sox playoff game, especially a Sox playoff game, which was the first of that entire playoffs, where they decided to pin 14 on the fucking Red Sox.
Yes.
A fan base we despise.
Yes, absolutely.
So it was so perfect. It was like, oh man, I hate these guys, and now we're kicking their ass, and now we're drinking all this beer. And there was this guy next to us with his family, very nice family. He thought he was going to drink along with us, beer for beer. He's this guy.
Yes.
He got through the first time through the order, looked good. He was feeling good.
Yep.
Everything was going great. Second time through the order, it's getting a little worse. Third time through the order, he decided to try and start a fight with the people in front of us. Those people were a judge and 4 police officers.
Yes.
I don't know what you guys know about Chicago, but that's a bad idea. Of all the ideas I've ever heard, of trading James Shields for Fernando Tatis, of all the ideas, this is probably one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
Yes.
But he went through with it, and even after they said, sir, you don't want to do this because we are a judge and 4 police officers, he said, fuck you guys, and still tried to fight them. It was very impressive, but it's also what you get with a shitty pitcher when he gets to this point.
That's right.
And that's why teams get into the habit of never letting people get to this point. The thing that everyone complains about on the telecast is like, pitchers don't go as long as they used to. Well, yeah, because they figured out it's fucking terrible.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So instead of giving you a terrible game, we're going to give you a better game, but use more relievers.
Yes.
That's the dawn of everything you're seeing, all the bullpenning, and why utility infielders are so important. Because you need to have a smaller bench of batters to support this kind of thing.
Right, the extra pitchers, for sure. Now, you're probably asking, when do we get to the bullpenning? Okay, so now let's look at the bullpenning in conjunction with all this. So what the Tampa Rays started doing is they started saying, you know what? We're going to chop out some of that first hour. We're going to do, right here, we're going to have someone else do this for you. So it's like the first round of shots. You didn't do one.
This is the guy that shows up late to the bar.
That's right. That's exactly. Or if you sit out the first round of shots, then you stay a little fresher, right? So yeah, this is the guy who doesn't show up late to the bar. Someone else takes his shot. He shows up and it starts right here, right? And then he starts mowing through. But guess what? When he gets to this third time through initially, these first few guys here, that's only his second time facing them. He's going to be more fresh. And then when he gets to his actual third time, he has these less good batters.
Right, so you get through these guys through the third time because they suck.
These guys suck, right?
You know?
Exactly. So that's where you come in with the sort of, that would be like if we were at home and we decided to miss the first inning of the game. Right. Which we do, except we're drinking the entire time. If you were choosing to do it without drinking that whole time, then it would be just like that.
Huge fail.
Yeah, no, we'd never do that. And so that's what the Rays do. They do that part right there. But what other teams do is when they get to this spot right here, they either, one, send you home, or two, we got to order some appetizers and get some fucking food in you right here.
Right.
So you don't become a huge hot mess. Okay? Just like those pitchers. They get those pitchers, send them to the shower. Okay? 2 times through, you're good, your jokes work, all that shit. If you're going to go that third time, that's the equivalent of getting some appetizers, getting something to eat, is putting in the guy for you, the bullpen reliever.
That's how it goes. That's how you need to do it. You gotta make it through your entire night of drinking without puking on your own shoes or puking on someone else's shoes. That's bad too.
Or getting into a fight or embarrassing yourself in front of someone you want to embarrass yourself. Whatever. There's lots of ways this could go wrong.
There's guys in this section where you're like, oh, that guy didn't do too bad. Maybe he only left a couple guys on base, but leaving those guys on base for your relievers is the equivalent of sending a wing pick. It doesn't catch you right away.
That's right.
But then you get out of there, you feel like you got out clean, nothing happened, and then those things come back to you. The Wellington case, not the Wellington. What's his face? Our guy from the Sun and Mia Khalifa stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Cubs catcher, Wilson Contreras.
I don't want to confuse Wellington and Wilson.
I thought you were going to talk about Brett Favre and his PP picks.
Oh, my goodness. His Wranglers don't fit the way mine do. But now that things are getting incoherent, you can see that we need a reliever at this point. And so we're going to cut things off.
We're going to finish this off camera.
We're going to hope that Fuck This Pussy watched this video as well and gave us a couple hearts just like last time.
Yep, agreed.
And we'll see you guys all very soon. The podcast will be coming out this week. I think we're going to record probably like Wednesday night.
I think Wednesday night.
So expect it towards the end of the week. I don't edit it, so it should be pretty quick.
It'll be raw. All right, peace out.